He's talking about, oh, you guys need to be taught a lesson. Those words for me were, I'm about to get punished for what other women have done to this guy before in the past. Why must I die because of what other women did to you? Even if they shouldn't die because of the things that they've done to you. Yes, sometimes there are trash women out there. Does it mean that they have to die? No. Does it mean I have to die because of what they have done to you? No, sir. So you can't be telling me, Minaje, my only crime was to take a Taxify. And now you're telling me, yeah, you women need to be taught a lesson. How? I to myself, this guy's gonna rape me, he's gonna torture me before he kills me. So honestly, I'd much rather jump out of this moving car and hit my head on the tar road and die an immediate death. I would rather be paralyzed for the rest of my life than be raped and tortured, and I don't know, God knows what he was gonna do to me.
I pray that we unmask ourselves from everything that allows us to love, because love is true freedom, and that's where our freedom is.
My second issue that I had was actually with Uber, and that's why I'm saying both Uber and Taxify are trash, because they don't care about us. Okay, I understand why people are saying must delete any is Taxify, because Taxify really is more careless when it comes to the people that they hire, because they don't do background checks. I remember I had a conversation with this other Uber driver, so I'm telling him, yo, this once happened to me with Taxify and so he was telling me that he thinks the reason why Taxify is not as safe is because he drives for both Uber and Taxify, and with Uber they did like background checks, checking for criminal records, everything, the works. Where else with Taxify, they literally just hired him. All you need is a car and a license and you are hired, you know. So he was telling me that he thinks maybe that's the reason in King I would see with Taxify abenza my background check and all of that, which is really dangerous. Like, how are you gonna play with our lives like that? We could be driven by someone who is a convicted serial killer, or someone who's a convicted rapist, someone who's a like. Yes, I do believe in the rehabilitation process, but don't play with our lives like that. Not everyone actually gets rehabilitated. In fact, the percentage, the statistics of people who actually get rehabilitated after going through that whole process, very, very little. So you can't be playing with our lives like that. Like, that is not cool. Anyways, I have had an issue with Uber as well, and I thought because Uber is a somewhat bigger company, they have more of a reputation, they are global and all of that. I don't know if Bolt even exists in other countries, but I know Uber is more global, it has a bigger reputation, bigger standards, I would like to believe. So I expected so much from them, but I also have a very horrible Uber story, and I know a lot of people also who were like, because I posted about it on Twitter, and some people were like, Haibo, Nami, you know. But my Uber situation happened last year, literally last year, in 2019, maybe said 2016, in 2019. And I was with a friend of mine. This one is actually, yeah, it's weird. I was with a friend of mine and we went, it was actually on a Sabbath. Now, in case you don't know, I'm an Adventist. Yeah, my friend was in a situation that sort of forced her to break the Sabbath. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not a judgmental person at all. I'm not that person who goes, hi Sabbath, hi Sabbath. I'm really not that person, because I understand life is life, guys. So fine, CAA. This happened, mind you guys, I live in Somerset West now. It's like I live in Somerset West now because of school. I study in Cape Town. So in my head I'm thinking, okay, you know, maybe Cape Town is a bit safer, you know. Listen to snacks cuts and thing into about Johannesburg, because listen, I'm not saying Cape Town is all the way safe, but compared to Johannesburg, Pretoria, the life that I was used to, Cape Town is definitely more calm and safe, especially the area that I live in, Somerset West. The only crime I call in Cape Town is the, you know, the gangsterism and those types of crimes, yeah. But less about human trafficking, nanani, as they call that much. I'm not saying they're not there, but they're not as much as they are in Johannesburg. So I honestly did not expect this to happen there. Like, I did not expect it at all. So okay, fine, singing is nomganwami go Uber. It was an Uber this time around. Mind you, after that whole incident with Taxify Bolt, I'm always very skeptical about Taxify. So Uber, I'm like, okay, it's much more safe and all of that. So fine, we get in the Uber and sihambe. Masahamba, Sfiga Mall. Okay, this is a different Uber. Sfiga Mall, fine. The drive was fine. Everything was good. Sfiga a mall. It wasn't even a mall. It was just a Waterstone. It's like a shopping complex. So Sfiga Waterstone. Tenge. Well, she's the one who's buying. Me, I'm not buying. She buys and everything. And then after that, I request the Uber. Auntie give me she wants food from KFC. Yeah, but KFC corner is like, you know how I'm a KFC and I'm a McDonald's, they're usually next to the complex or the mall. It's not really like as zibing a parat zibang apparently, but it's literally just a walk. Upuma gating just so figil. I had to give me funny KFC and I go, oh okay, let's walk there. She's like, no, I'm tired. Uya villa page girl. I uyas villa pela shem uya villa pa logo kagile like uphuma nje ke18 hayibo. But anyways, angeke ngikhulume phela mina ngoba nguye umuntu onemali, nguye umuntu othi masihambe nge-Uber. So fine, cool, whatever. I request the Uber yakhona girl. Excuse me. If Uber is thathe from Emma shop basically lapha ngakubo Pick n Pay to KFC. Okay, singene sihambe. How girl athi ku driver vele aphume like, so it's the first gate and then kune KFC bese kune gate lela khona vele lelo ukuthi vele gate le complex. So driver aphume ngathi uzophume gateini. Girl athi no, I actually indicated on my Uber ukuthi I want to start a KFC. I don't know what they call that thing. I'm not familiar with it because I mean honestly if I have to walk somewhere I will walk. I don't know what you call it, a round trip or what. I really don't know what it's called. But that thing you go to my figure tate and then you stop at a drive-through. But anyways, ikona ngafunda that day ukuthi it's a thing. So she tells the driver, no, I did a round trip. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called a round trip. I'm just whatever it is. And funega see a KFC. Driver gets angry. Like that driver was rude from the you know when you get inside and you create hello and it's just like already you can just tell this is a bad idea. But anyways, what are you gonna say? What can you do? You're not forced to greet anyone anyways. So this driver starts fighting. Why would you want to stop at KFC? This thing did not say anything about KFC. Umugel uyamtshengisa ku app yakhe and naye ngempela nayibhaliwe ukuthi kuyostopha eKFC. Angiyazi nalo kuyazi lento la ngifuna ukufakaza kakhulu. Mara ngempela nako I can read at least and I can see it's okay. It says that we're supposed to stop at KFC and then we're going to go to our place. No. Driver did not want to hear it. Driver was angry. Driver was cursing. Okay. My thing was, why are you so angry about this? Like, why are you angry? And he keeps saying, time is money. Yay, time is money. You're wasting my time. We're like, but how do you say time is money as if we're not going to pay you? Because clearly this thing is going to, like, it charged more than it would have. It was just like a straight trip, you know? So I'm like, I asked them, I'm like, what do you mean time is money? And why are you shouting at us? Because obviously you're going to get paid for this. It's not like you're doing it for free. But you're wasting my time. Like, you're an Uber driver. So you're telling me go to a Cape Town airport because obviously it's going to take more time to take us there than it would here. You would be complaining because time is money. Like, don't you understand the dynamics of your job? But I was obviously not as extra. I was just like, what do you mean time is money? Because we're going to pay for it. And he's like, no. And he's shouting at this point. Here's the thing about me. I don't do shouting matches. I can't. I'm not argumentative like that. We can argue about something. We can argue on Twitter maybe. We can argue through the phone, via text, whatever. But I'm really not like a especially face to face, I'm not an argumentative person at all. Like I'm really not that person. So if you're gonna come at me with that attitude, it's either I will literally just ignore you, which is what I did. It's either I'm gonna ignore you or I'm gonna hit you. We can fight, okay, but I'm not gonna be arguing. I don't know how to argue. Like I'm not that person. I'll just keep quiet, and if you're getting too much, you're gonna get punched. Sorry guys, I got interrupted. What was I saying? Oh, pretty much is I don't mind a little argument, because obviously you're not going to always agree on things, Nabantu. So arguing, I don't have a problem with, but the moment you start being disrespectful, like kunendlela yokuarguisha nomuntu in a respectful way, you know, be like, no, I don't agree with what you're saying, I don't agree with your opinions, I have a different opinion, you know, talk like adults, grown ups. Why are you shouting at me? Why are you shouting? You don't even know me like that to be shouting at me. Guys, I hate being shouted at. You can literally do anything to me, just don't shout at me. You can literally say F you, but as long as you say it in a nice tone, I won't be angry. The moment there's like that bass in your voice, is that anger. I don't deal well with shouting. So he starts really shouting and so I just keep quiet. I'm just like, yo. Anyways, I'm not the person who requested this Uber trip. It's not my business. Let me let these two argue. So now they're arguing. Nearly said her name. He's arguing with my friend and they're arguing the whole thing now. Now I'm just quiet. I'm just like, I don't understand. Why is he so angry? And I'm just telling my friend, I'm like, why is he shouting? I don't understand why he's shouting, because no one is shouting. And that is literally my tone. Like when people shout, I'll just come down. When you're up here, I will come down here, so that together it's like they're in the middle, you know. So he's like shouting. I'm just like, why is he shouting though? And my friend's like, I don't get it. So we get to the drive-through. He agrees. He's shouting, but he's driving to the drive-through. We get to the drive-through and my friend orders his stuff and he's still shouting. So must go drive-through. Right opposite the KFC is McDonald's, and I spot someone from school there by McDonald's, and this person has a car and all that. I'm running out of memory, so I need to wrap it up. Okay, so I'm like, babes, do you see Uzban Banyana? I'm just gonna go with him now, because I cannot, this environment right here, I cannot deal with it. And my friend is like, where is he? I'm like, there he is. And I'm speaking this in the hearing of the driver. I want him to hear that I'm about to exit, take myself out of this environment that you've created for us, because I don't like it. And my friend is like, no friend, don't go, man, it's fine. I think the driver will stop shouting now. Don't like, let's just beg a zala. Guys, don't beg a zal for nonsense, because I nearly died because of that. Anyways, my friend's like, no man, friend, let's not go, let's not cause too much drama. And I'm like, no, but this is not okay. Like already in my spirit, something is telling me, girl, just get out of this car right now. Get out of this car. And you know that voice that tells you not to do something or tells you to do something? Always listen to it, because that's the Holy Spirit guiding you and protecting you. Anyways, my friend is convincing me like, no friend, let's not go in, it's just gonna cause drama in. I'm like, ah, cool. Anyways, so this guy, we get our order and we leave. We go back to school. On the road, guys, that nigga was speeding. You know, there's that speeding yoguti. Like, I like speed. I don't have a problem with speed. I like speed. Like, there's that speeding, and then there's that speeding of like, I'm trying to get on your nerves, I'm trying to be very dangerous type of speeding. He was doing that angry speeding, that I'm gonna kill you today speeding. And we kept asking him, please slow down, please slow down, please slow down. And the more we ask him to slow down, is the more he hits that accelerator. I'm telling you, that guy was speeding. Mind you, we live on like a mountain, okay? So you speeding and we are going uphill, and it's just like a very horrible situation. Anyways, we get to school, and at that point I'm just thanking the Lord, Hore, I made it out alive. So my friend gives him a 100 rand note. I think our trip was 40 something rands in total, because it's really not far. My friend gives him a 100 rand note. He's like, he doesn't have change. We're like, what do you mean you don't have change? Like, I don't have change. Mind you guys, it's not in the morning. It's somewhere there around maybe 5 to 6. Né? Mind you, the sun sets really late in Cape Town. I don't know what it is about Cape Town sun, but it sets really late. So it was still bright outside, but it was like, it was late, you know. So we like, at this time of the day, you don't have change. I don't have change, so what must happen? So there is absolutely no way we are going to tip you 60 rands. On top of that, you were such a nonsense driver. If I'm not mistaken, the trip was like 37 rands because we also had like a promotion. Yeah, it was 37 rands on the dot. There's no way we're gonna tip you 63 rands when you are such a nonsense driver. No ways. So my friend is like, so what do you think we're gonna do? Because there's no way we can, it's just too much money. On top of that, we are students, you know. And he's like, well, I don't have change, so you better make a plan. Oh, dude, now we are there. It's a whole other issue of change. At this point, I'm just like, I'm so over this. Like, I'm done. So my friend is like, you know what? I think I have like some loose money in my room. So let me go to my room and I'll get the money and I'll come back. So obviously he doesn't allow us to both go at the same time, which I can understand because he's thinking maybe we won't come back out or whatever. But I mean, how are we gonna do that? You are literally where we live. We can't do that. But anyways, and also because it's Uber, he can always like run it up on the Uber app, and then next time we take an Uber, we're gonna owe them 37 rand. So it's not a biggie. But yeah, I can understand. I can honestly understand. So my friend goes to get the money. I remain in the car. As I'm remaining in the car, he's shouting. Guys, when I say that nigga had energy to shout. And he's a foreign individual. I think he's like Nigerian or Ghanaian.
You guys are wasting my time. I told you time is money. What do you think you are doing?
Sir, can you calm down? Your money is coming. And then next thing I know, guys, I don't know how that happened. I don't know what told him to do that, but next thing I know, this nigga literally hits the accelerator. The car goes off with me inside the car. I start screaming. I'm like, where are you taking me? He's not talking. He just goes off with the car. Bruh, at that point it was like a fight or flight situation, and I knew I had to flight because I had no power to fight. I literally opened the door, like the car door, and I realized that it was unlocked, and I jumped out of the car as it was moving. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. Honestly, I was just thinking it's either I die or I break a couple of bones. But yeah, even if I die, honestly at that point I was thinking even if I smash my head on the concrete and I die, it's fine. Even if I smash my head on the tar road and I die, I mean, it's fine. Just as long as I don't have to get raped. I'm thinking to myself, this guy's gonna rape me, he's gonna torture me before he kills me. So honestly, I'd much rather jump out of this moving car and hit my head on the tar road and die an immediate death. I would rather be paralyzed for the rest of my life than be raped and tortured, and I don't know, God knows what he was gonna do to me. I could be trafficked to a whole foreign country where I will be raped. I watched a documentary when we were still studying politics about human trafficking, and this girl who was once trafficked was saying that a day they would make her sleep with about 28 men in one day. A day only has 24 hours. So imagine sleeping with 28 men, not even sleeping, getting raped by 28 men. That's too much. So in my head I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna go through. I would rather die. I cannot handle that. I can't. I literally jumped out of the car, and when I jumped out, he stopped the car. Mind you, my friend is now chasing the car because when he started the car, my friend was literally outside, like she was coming to us. My friend is now chasing the car screaming. People are coming out of our building, like they're wondering what's going on outside. Here I am, jumped out of the car, I fell, and then my friend came to me. He stopped the car, like when he saw me jumping out, he just stopped the car, hit the brake. My friend literally took the money that she had, threw it inside the window, like the car window, his car window. My friend threw the money in there and she helped me up, and then he drove off again. So we like, it was just, everything was just happening so fast, and it was just such a mess. Like we tried to call the security guards there by the gate to stop him basically, but everything just happened so fast. So yeah, I jumped out of the car and I didn't get too hurt. I think maybe it's also because like speed because he had literally just, you know, set off. So I didn't get too hurt. I hurt my leg a little. I got bruises here and there, but it wasn't anything too major with my or anything like that. So yeah, that is my story with my Uber nightmare. Now, what made me so upset was how Uber sort of handled that whole situation, because they were really not professional about it. You know, I obviously complained. I got an email. They were asking me for details about the trip and the driver and everything. I sent them screenshots of everything. But did they do anything? No. Did absolutely nothing. They were like, okay, we'll look into it, we'll investigate it. After that, never got a response from them. They never said anything, nothing to us. And then blowing my phone up, and yeah. Ooh. And then after that, I think about some months later, someone was complaining about Taxify and how they prefer Uber, and I was like, girl, no, Uber messed me up. This and this happened on Twitter. I was complaining with, yeah, this and this happened with me on Uber, so nothing is safe. And I tagged Uber on my tweets, and they were like, oh, we're so sorry to hear about that. Can you please send us a DM with the details of what happened, and we'll look into it. Again, I sent them more details. They told me to send an email. They were basically sending me pillar to post, and I sort of just gave up about it. So guys, yeah, it's literally not safe anyway. Like, asiko safe ndawo, and la ngihlala khona there are no taxis, so I can't take a taxi to town or whatever. Literally, if I need to go buy bread alone, I need to take an Uber. I don't have a car, so what's gonna happen, you know? Both Uber and Taxify have failed me as a woman in South Africa, and I pray that one day things are gonna get better. I pray that my sisters out there are safe. My battery is dying. I pray that my sisters out there are safe and nothing happens, because honestly, I feel like I was lucky. In both times, I was honestly lucky. Worse things could have happened, you know, I could have died. So yeah, that is my horror Uber and Taxify story. The way this video is so long, I might just split it into 2 videos because it's just too long, okay? But anyways, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I can't even say I hope you enjoyed this video because there's really nothing to enjoy. It's just a scary thing. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment down below and tell me about some things that you have experienced. I hope none of you experienced anything. I pray so, but yeah, just tell me what do you guys think we must do, because we can't even say, guys, let's be safe. There's no being safe. Nothing is safe. You go to the post office, you're not safe. You go to a club, you're not safe. You go to your man's house, you're not safe. Nothing is safe. At home. So me, I'm just like, miss me with that be safe thing. Okay, yes, we're not saying put yourself in risky situations, guys. Really, there's absolutely no need to go to Groove transport. Don't put yourself in bad situations. But my thing is, there's no such thing as be safe, because no way is safe. If the post office is not safe, guys, what did we do as South African women that we are not safe in an Uber? You're not safe when you're walking. Nothing is safe for us, you know. So it's really just a messed up situation. But yeah, guys, let's just stay guarded in prayer. Let's just pray. If you are someone who believes in prayer, pray. If you believe in ancestors, or something, just guys, or something, just make sure that you are good. There's no making sure that you're good, but just try to protect yourself with at least the Holy Spirit. Cover yourself in the Holy Spirit. Cover yourself in, you know, whatever it is that you believe in.